Rain poured heavily over the city that morning, blurring the glass windows of countless high-rise buildings. Inside one of them, on the 27th floor of a prestigious corporate tower, Emily Harper stood nervously clutching her worn leather handbag. She wasn't supposed to be here today. Her daughter, Lily, was running a fever. But Emily had no choice. Missing work could cost her the only job that kept food on their table and a roof over their heads. So, she did the unthinkable, she brought Lily with her. Lily's small arms clung to her mother's waist as Emily whispered, "Just stay close, sweetheart. Mommy has to finish some paperwork." Emily had been working as a secretary for almost 2 years, quietly blending into the background of the bustling office. She was known for being hardworking, discreet, and never late. But today was different. Today, her secret world, her life as a struggling single mother, collided with the pristine world of the corporate elite. That's when it happened. The elevator doors opened, and in walked Ethan Stone, the CEO. Tall, impeccably dressed, with an air of authority that made entire rooms fall silent. The man everyone feared, and respected. Emily froze. She had never been this close to him before. She quickly looked down, hoping he wouldn't notice the child hiding behind her. But then Lily, with her sleepy eyes and innocent voice, looked up at him and whispered, loud enough for the room to hear. "Daddy?" The entire office went still. Papers stopped shuffling. Phones paused mid-ring. Ethan Stone's stride faltered for the first time in years. His piercing blue eyes widened, his face draining of color. "Daddy," Lily repeated softly, as if certain. Emily's heart nearly stopped. "Lily, no," she whispered, pulling her daughter closer. But Ethan was already staring at her. Not with anger. Not with confusion. With something else, something raw, almost vulnerable. Over the next hour, whispers spread across the office like wildfire. Emily tried to bury herself in her work, her hands trembling as she typed. Lily sat quietly at her side, occasionally coughing, her small frame shaking under the thin sweater she wore. Finally, Emily was called into the CEO's office. Her legs felt like stone as she entered, holding Lily's hand. Ethan stood by the window, his back to her, his voice steady but low. "Why, did she call me that?" Emily swallowed hard. "Mr. Stone, I'm so sorry. She's just a child. She doesn't know what she's saying. Please don't hold it against me. I needed to bring her today because she's sick and I had no one else." For a long moment, Ethan said nothing. Then he turned, and Emily saw something in his eyes, pain. Deep, unspoken pain. "She looks exactly like," he stopped himself. His jaw tightened. "Like my daughter would have looked. If she'd lived." Emily gasped softly. Ethan drew in a shaky breath. 10 years ago, my wife and I lost a baby girl. She never made it past her first year. I buried myself in work. Built this empire. But I never stopped imagining who she would have been. The silence in the room was heavy. Emily looked at her daughter, who was now sitting on Ethan's office chair, swinging her legs innocently, unaware of the storm around her. Something inside Ethan broke. He knelt down to Lily's level and smiled faintly. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Lily," she said. "Mommy says flowers make the world brighter. So she named me after one." Ethan blinked back tears. Lily. The name hit him like a wave. That day changed everything. Ethan insisted Emily take Lily to a doctor, on the company's account. He arranged transportation, paid for medicine, and even adjusted Emily's workload so she could care for her daughter without fear of losing her job. But more than that, something unexpected began to grow. Ethan started checking in, not just as a boss, but as a man rediscovering his own humanity. He would bring Lily small gifts, like picture books and stuffed animals, and sit with her when Emily was busy. One evening, after a long day, Emily found Lily fast asleep in Ethan's office chair again, her tiny hand clutching his finger. Ethan looked up, eyes wet, and whispered, "She reminds me that there's more to life than board meetings and profits. She reminds me of what I lost, and what I might have found again." Emily's throat tightened. She had lived years believing she was utterly alone. But now, she saw something she never expected, compassion from the most unlikely place. Months later, Lily was healthier than ever. Emily had been promoted, not because of pity, but because Ethan saw in her the strength of a woman who had carried the weight of the world and still stood tall. And though Ethan never replaced Lily's real father, who had long abandoned them, he became something she needed, a protector, a constant presence, someone who cared. One spring afternoon, as they all walked out of the building together, Lily skipped ahead, turned back, and giggled, "Come on, Mommy. Come on, Daddy." Emily froze again, her heart racing. But this time, Ethan didn't flinch. He simply smiled, took Emily's trembling hand, and whispered, "Maybe, she's not so wrong after all."